What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and this has kind of been an interesting story to follow. Now, PC culture has invaded just about every aspect of culture, but there is a growing counterculture, a growing group of people that are just sick of it. And there's absolutely been some stars that have been kind of birthed from all of this. And it's been an interesting, how do I say, it's been an interesting story to follow. Now, most of my viewers will probably know who Tom MacDonald is. He is a white rapper who I would say is like kind of anti-woke PC culture. I don't know exactly where like his personal politics are, but I think he points out a lot of interesting we point out a lot of the same things. I bet a lot of my viewers listen to Tom MacDonald or enjoy his music. Rap isn't really my thing, but I support anybody willing to push back against kind of the narrative. And Snowflakes actually reached #1 on the iTunes all genre sales listing Friday afternoon, and it remains atop the charts as the time of this article. Tom MacDonald songs have been selling well over the past years, but issues-driven songs like Fake Woke and now Snowflakes have made the most immediate impact from a sales standpoint. The video is also faring well. It boasts 850,000 YouTube views and a top 20 trending position. What this is proof that the silent majority is kind of waking up, consuming content that speaks for them. You can see this on Daily Wire. No More Snowflakes chart-topping rapper goes viral after releasing anti-woke song. Independent artist Tom MacDonald's new song Snowflakes is going viral on YouTube, racking up more than 3.5 million views in 72 hours. The Canadian-born artist told Inked magazine earlier this year when he started out, he rhymed about girls and pew-pews and other topics. I didn't know much about hip-hop, but that's what my favorite rappers were rapping about, so that's what I did, MacDonald said. 4 years ago, after a pretty lengthy battle with the drink, I had a really massive mental lapse and a bad breakdown that lasted a better part of a year. During rehab process, I cleaned myself up, figured out what was important to me and what I wanted to talk about. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me, but also the best thing. It taught me who I was, essentially. What he was, it turned out, was a free thinker intent on standing up against woke culture. He first came to fame with 2018 single White Boy, a song about rejecting collective guilt over racism. And he said, my parents brought me up to treat everyone as equal. I refuse to feel ashamed because of my pretty blue eyes. From there, his star rose quickly, leading to Inked profile to describe him as one of the most talked about new artists in hip-hop, with one of the most divisive personas the genre's ever seen. But a growing profile hasn't softened MacDonald's lyrics. His latest release, Snowflakes, is as hard-hitting as any of his previous works. If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You have all sorts. I'm not going to do a dramatic reading of rap lyrics. Sorry. Largely ignored by corporate music complex, MacDonald, a former professional wrestler, has released 8 albums, and many of his singles have more than 10 million YouTube views. In an interview with the Daily Wire, he said his father told him, "You may be a rapper, but what you're doing right now is rock and roll. It's more about truth and less about music." MacDonald says it was his love of rapper Eminem that inspired him to try his own hand in the genre. He recently bought an NFT that is a cryptocurrency token that allowed him legal use of the megastar's instrumental for Stan's Rage for $100,000. But MacDonald wasn't just collecting memorabilia, he used the tune to create his own work, a 3-minute track called Dear Slim. In reference to Eminem's nickname Slim Shady, it has scored almost 8 million views since it hit YouTube on May 14th. Divisive or not, MacDonald's success suggests a massive market for pop music that doesn't toe the typical left-leaning line. Now, what I can say about Tom's music is I find some of the lyrics a little bit like, I don't know, a little on the nose, but I think what the important takeaway for this is that, you know, there's clearly a market. There's clearly more and more people who, you know, understand that this PC culture is driven by, you know, people who don't even, you know, by the vocal minority. The silent majority is waking up in a lot of ways. The song itself has 425,000 upvotes to just 15,000 downvotes. Now that's a decent amount of downvotes, but not really. You know, you see the Gateway Pundits promoting the song. You're winning over everyone. You have nothing but basically overwhelmingly positive feedback. And, you know, his song itself, look at this, is number 4. It's still number 4 trending. Number 4 trending on music almost a week later. Almost a week later, the dude is still crushing it. And you could see 3 weeks ago, it's got 8 million views. These are just sketches or whatever. But, you know, most of his songs garner millions of views. And I don't think it's because, I don't know. I can't speak to whether or not the dude is a good rapper. I think people's musical taste is whatever they like. But what I can say is Tom, and I've spoken to him briefly a couple of times, and he just seems like a good dude. I'm not I'm not sure that the face tattoos aren't my thing, but I'm more concerned with kind of the message, the fact that despite receiving like no media coverage, you don't see much. You see Eminem. It says Eminem's fan spends this money on Stan's Revenge. They don't even call Tom MacDonald a rapper. They just say he's a fan of Eminem. Most of these articles are just from, you know, here's a PR newswire. That means somebody paid for this. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to cover Tom MacDonald because he's in a lot of ways exposing kind of what the, you know, the mainstream media narratives are, and kind of being out there, willing to be a bit of a meme, I think, at times, to kind of make himself an example of it. You know, the whole idea of like a white rapper even is kind of, you know, more rare these days, but it fits his persona in a way of not really caring. So I wish him all the success. Let me know what you think. Do you listen to his music? Do you think, you know, does he get played on Spotify? I guess the radio is not even a thing anymore. Good luck, Tom. You know, just don't keep. I hope he just keeps on the path of speaking what he thinks is true. I don't like the idea of, you know, being a conservative rapper or like a whatever, you know. Just, you know, as long as your music is good and the message is good, then it's a win for everybody. I think it's pretty amazing that it's number 1 on all genres US iTunes. That's saying something huge. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.